funding for this program was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
This is PBS.
This is a production of Columbia University Seminars on Media and Society in association with WNET New York. Funding for this program was provided by the Florence and John Schumann Foundation, the American Bar Association, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the financial support of viewers like you.
Major funding for Dragonfly TV is provided by the Best Buy Children's Foundation. We're excited to see kids like you exploring the world of science and technology, because what you're learning is going to change the way we live. Best Buy, the future looks fun. And by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research in science, mathematics, and technology. The National Science Foundation, America's investment in the future.
Production funding provided by public television stations, the Ford Foundation, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Great Old Amusement Parks was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you.
Funding for Idaho Reports is provided by the Friends of 4, 10, and 12, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by a grant from the Laura Moore Cunningham Foundation.
Funding for In Search of Myths and Heroes is provided in part by the Annenberg Foundation, by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
In the Mix is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Ford Foundation, the Pew Charitable Trusts, the Carnegie Corporation of New York, the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, the Nathan Cummings Foundation, and the New York Community Trust. This is PBS.
In the Wild is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by annual financial support from viewers like you. And by Ford, introducing the all-new Taurus. It's about taking new roads and holding on to your dreams. Ford Taurus, a look you've never seen from a name you know well.
Funding for John Glenn American Hero was provided by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you. Major funding has been provided by the following corporations. I got to see a man walk up alone. My kids deserve to see something as inspiring.
NASA and its worldwide partners will soon launch the first stages of the International Space Station.
This is PBS.
Major funding for this program was provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the financial support of viewers like you. Additional funding was provided by the following.
Major funding for Making Sense of the 60s was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by viewers like you. Additional funding was provided by Sims Clothing Stores, where since 1960 an educated consumer has been our best customer. And by Tom's of Maine, a pioneer in natural personal care. Tom's of Maine and nature, a friendship of 20 years.
Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. This is PBS.
Major funding for NOVA is provided by the following.
Hot dog. Seen it? Covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Shouldn't what makes each of us unique make our treatment unique? Advanced genomic testing is changing the way we fight cancer. That's precision cancer treatment. You can learn more at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Care that never quits.
The David H. Koch Fund for Science, supporting NOVA and promoting public understanding of science. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by PBS viewers like you. Thank you. And the George D. Smith Fund.
Preservation Hall Jazz Band. A Night in New Orleans was made possible by the Louisiana Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. Louisiana, where you can come as you are, leave different. By the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, a private corporation funded by the American people. And by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
This is PBS.
Major funding for Record Row, Cradle of Rhythm and Blues, was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding was provided by the Central Educational Network, the Illinois Humanities Council, and the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences.
Major funding for this program was provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities. Additional funding was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Ford Foundation, the Foundation for Public Broadcasting in Mississippi, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the National Black Programming Consortium.
Principal funding for Rights and Wrongs has been provided by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, Open Society Institute, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Principal funding for Rights and Wrongs has been provided by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and the Open Society Institute. Principal funding for Rights and Wrongs has been provided by the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Major funding for this program is provided by the Annie E. Casey Foundation, the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, and the Van Emeringen Foundation. Additional support is provided by the following foundations.
Corporate funding is provided by Frito-Lay and Sabritas, proud sponsors of the Life and Times of Frida Kahlo, helping to bring cultures together to share the experiences of living fully. Frito-Lay and Sabritas. Funding is also provided by Helen and Peter Bing, the New Hampshire Humanities Council, and by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Major funding for this program was provided by the Texas Commission on the Arts and Humanities and the National Endowment for the Arts. Additional funding was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Made possible by viewers like you, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by N.K. Lawn Care, Siemens Lawn Products, Gardening Books, and products for the young gardener, helping families grow for over a century. Monrovia Nursery Zone, producers of container-grown, ornamental plants, available at nurseries and garden centers nationwide. And Stern's Miracle Grow products, bringing the joy of gardening to generations of Americans.
Vietnam War Stories was made possible by lead gifts from Associated Bank, the Lined and Harry Bradley Foundation, and Don and Roxanne Weber, with major support from the Ho-Chunk Nation, the Elizabeth E. Doolittle Charitable Trust, Oshkosh Defense, and from Wisconsin Public Service Foundation, Quick Trip, the Forest County Potawatomi Foundation, the Oneida Nation, Ron and Colleen Wires, Philip J. and Elizabeth B. Hendrickson, with additional support from the National Endowment for the Humanities, and others. A complete list is available from PBS. And the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. To purchase a DVD of Vietnam War stories, call 800-422-9707. Find portraits and more Vietnam veteran stories at pbs.org.
Funding for this series has been provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, this station, and other public television stations.
Major funding for Wide Angle has been provided by the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and the Jacob Burns Foundation. Additional funding has been provided by Carnegie Corporation of New York and the Miriam and Ira D. Wallach Foundation. Wide Angle has also been made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
We are PBS.
Corporate funding for the Italian Americans is provided by... Since 1914, the Del Grosso family has been dedicated to the art of sauce making and to celebrating our Italian heritage. La Famiglia Del Grosso is proud to support the Italian Americans, and we invite you to join us in that celebration.
Additional funding was provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities, celebrating 50 years of excellence, by the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, dedicated to strengthening America's future through education, by the Annenberg Foundation, by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the generous contributions to this PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
A production of WGBH Boston. Corporate funding for Zoom, Best of the 70s, is provided by a grant from McDonald's Corporation and McDonald's Restaurants Fund. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Funding for Zoom, Best of the 70s, was provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research in science, mathematics, and technology. By the Office of Biological and Environmental Research of the United States Department of Energy, the Carnegie Corporation of New York, General Foods Corporation, where ideas are growing to satisfy a demanding world. By the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, the Bureau of Education for the Handicapped, the Pew Charitable Trusts, the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you.
Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood is made possible in part by...
Every kid deserves to believe they can be anything they want to be, no matter what that is. That's why the Rite Aid Foundation, through its KidSense program, supports kids in neighborhoods like yours, and why we're proud to support Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
When you talk back and forth with your kids, it's not just their eyes that light up, it's their brains too. Talking about favorite experiences helps your children think deeply. Vroom, proud supporter of Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood and brain-building moments everywhere.
The Richard King Mellon Foundation, and by these Pittsburgh foundations, working together to enhance and enrich the lives of children and